Hey, so we are going to start working on few elements and then we can write their atomic number. This is atomic number, mass number, and based on that numbers we will find out number of protons, electrons, neutrons and their symbolic notation. Okay, so for zinc, what is their atomic number? So when you see in the periodic table, atomic number is 30, right? The top number on the zinc. And mass number is about 65. Now, from atomic number, you can tell that number of the protons are same as atomic number, which is 30. And since number of the protons are same, which is equal to number of electrons in neutral element. So if it is 30, number of the electrons are how many? 30 as well. So if we find number of protons, we can find number of electrons because they are equal in neutral element. Okay. Now number of neutrons. How do we find? We can subtract 65 minus 30 and you can calculate 35 number of neutrons. Alright, and then we need to write its symbolic notation. Zinc symbol is Zn. Okay, its atomic number is 30 and its atomic mass or mass number is 28, not 28, sorry. It's going to be about 65. 65. So that way you can write for zinc. Okay. Now let's work on aluminum. Now for aluminum, what is atomic number for aluminum?
13.
13. Mass number is about, I would say atomic mass is about 27. Since it is 13, it gives you the number of the proton, which is also 13. Number of the protons are equal to number of electrons, which is 13. And number of neutrons, which is this number minus this number, because atomic mass minus atomic number gives you number of neutrons, which is about 40. And then when we write its symbolic notation, the symbol of aluminum is Al and 13 atomic number and mass number is 27. So that way you can represent aluminum in its symbolic form. Now let's work on carbon. Carbon has 6 atomic number and atomic mass 12. Now based on number 6, we can say number of protons and number of electrons, they are 6 and 6. Number of neutrons, which is 12 minus 6, which is 6. And when we write it symbolic form, so a symbolic notation, symbol of carbon is C. And we can write 6 and 12. So that's the symbolic notation for carbon. Now we are going to talk about iodine. Iodine atomic number is 53. When you look at the periodic table, you can find 53. Atomic mass 127. And when you count number of protons, 53, number of the electrons 53, and we need to calculate number of neutrons, 127 minus 53. So that way you can calculate number of neutrons. So 127 minus 53, what do you guys got? It is about 74, right? And then iodine symbol is I. its atomic number is 53 and atomic mass 127. So that's its symbolic form. Now let's look at for sulfur. When you have the periodic table, sulfur has 16 atomic number. Mass number is 32. Since it has 16, that means it gives number of protons, which is 16. Because these numbers tells you number of the protons in that element. Once we know number of the protons, we know that number of protons equal to number of electrons. So that's also a 16. Now we need to find out number of neutrons. How do we find number of neutrons? This mass number minus atomic number. So when we have 32 minus 16, you get number of neutrons, which is 16. Now, sulfur symbol is capital S. 16 is the atomic number and 32 is mass number. So that is symbolic notation. So go ahead and check that you got the same numbers when you calculate it.